Prosecutors claim days before the hearing, Brown allegedly used a different inmate's credentials to make jail calls to the victim, urging her to sign an affidavit of non-prosecution and record a video statement. She's financially dependent, and the two have a pattern of domestic violence.
I know a lot of y'all waiting on me to make a statement. I just got a call from the district attorney's office, man. They asking me to come in, sit down, and give them a detailed statement of everything that happened. The reason they need me to make a statement is because they had to look into the paperwork as far as custody concerns to see if she categorized for kidnapping. And due to the fact that she lost custody and I have full custody, it's kidnapping.
Earlier that day, we established that after he cut the fuck up on Father's Day, he kept blowing me up to come out to the club with him from fake numbers. And I was like, I'm not coming. Leaving me voice messages all night, all morning. I was like, no. 8 in the morning came and he wanted to co-parent, go eat and do something with the kids because he missed Father's Day. Okay, we can just talk about that and only that. We get in the car and of course, he leans in to try to kiss me during the whole car ride. I don't even know where he's driving. We end up all the way by Bush Airport. He's like, oh, I already got a room over here. And I'm like, okay. Why? Oh, because I got a flight to catch. No, really, it's that you were at home getting your freak on last night after the club. I go get in the shower and I'm washing myself. He comes get in the shower and tries to me. And I'm like, no. Like, the baby's screaming to trying to he's pressing against the shower glass and he's crying to get in the shower and Bo's still trying to, get some. And I'm like, no, the baby's crying, just let him in the shower. And he's still trying to, and I'm like, no, this isn't gonna work because he's crying. So I finish washing myself, washing my hair, and I get out the shower. After that, I tell him I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go downstairs and get something from the car. I'm coming right back up. I'm in the lobby. He's like, you're not in the lobby. So I get up and I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm getting in the elevator now. So I get up in the hallway where the room is at. I'm knocking on the door and there's no answer. But I can hear the baby screaming and crying, our 4-month-old. And I can't get in the room because I don't have a room key with me either. So the hotel staff had to go and open the door, get our 4-month-old son out the room for me and bring him downstairs for me. And then that's when I called the police, made the police report on what he did. Messed up as much as y'all can say, oh, well, you popped up there to get my son that he took from me, that I already have that same day, that I've been asking him to give me my son, he sends me a long paragraph. Yeah, this is karma, bitch, and you f***ed all these niggas and da-da-da-da. I have fresh charges. They do have pictures and everything of all my bruises on my back from when he was punching on me, when y'all can hear the part where I'm screaming, I'm pregnant, and that's because he was beating me up. And I was huddled up into a ball because I balled myself up. And I was.
If all in all goes horrible to worse to way worse, Cartel Bo is looking at life. Straight up life. No coming home, no anything. Typically, if he really gets convicted of this shit, he's looking at 10 to 25. Bare minimum, 5 years. But I want y'all to understand what the hell happened when he got denied bond, because there's some shit that his lawyers obviously omitted. Texas versus Warren Brown. Order denying bail pursuant to Article 1, Section 11D of the Texas Constitution. On Monday, August 3rd, 2026, the court conducted a hearing pursuant to Article 1, Section 11D of the Texas Constitution on the state's request to deny bail. The defendant appeared in person through counsel. The state appeared through its attorney. Having considered the testimony, exhibits, arguments of counsel, and the applicable law, the court makes the following findings. Findings of fact. The court finds by clear and convincing evidence. Let me make this bigger for y'all. Because, Uncle Nash can't see right now. You feel me? This is crazy. I'm just now getting this shit. Shout out to my team. The proof is evident that the defendant committed the charged offense. My bad, I skipped number 1. So the defendant is charged with aggravated kidnapping, an offense to which Article 1, Section 11D applies. The proof is evident that the defendant committed the charged offense. The evidence established that the defendant restrained the complainant by placing her in a closet against her will, locking the door from the outside, handcuffing her, zip tying her legs, and placing duct tape around her neck. The evidence further established that the bathroom immediately outside the closet contained a knife, a new package of zip ties, cut zip ties, industrial tape, a drill, a removed doorknob, and an uncommon lock on the closet door. The closet contained a mattress, urine-soaked conditions, and old food, corroborating the evidence that the complainant had been confined therein for an extended period. The court finds that the complainant escaped while defendant was absent, fled wearing only her underwear, sought refuge at a neighboring residence, and that law enforcement ultimately located her at a nearby Waffle House after officers were summoned. Goes on to say, although the complainant later recanted her allegations, the court finds that her recantation is not credible when considered in the light of the physical evidence, the circumstances of her escape, and the corroborating testimony presented at the hearing. The court further finds that the defendant has an open felony charge for assault of a family member with a previous conviction, and that the evidence established multiple prior criminal cases involving the same complainant, including allegations of family violence assaults, violations of bond condition orders, and violation of protective orders. The court further finds that most of those prior cases were dismissed after the complainant requested dismissal. The court has considered all available conditions of release authorized by Texas and finds that no conditions or combination of conditions would reasonably ensure the safety of the complainant or the community. Reason for denial of bail. The court finds that the state has established by clear and convincing evidence that requiring bail and conditions of release are insufficient to reasonably ensure the safety of the complainant and the community as required by Article 1, Section 11D of the Texas Constitution. The court specifically finds that the evidence demonstrates an extraordinary danger to the complainant, a pattern of domestic violence, corroborated evidence of prolonged restraint and confinement, and a history indicating that court orders and prior criminal proceedings have been insufficient to prevent further violent conduct. The court further finds that no available condition or combination of conditions of release would adequately mitigate that danger. It is therefore ordered that the defendant is denied bail pursuant to Article 1, Section 11D of the Texas Constitution, signed August 5th, 2026, Kelly Johnson, presiding judge. Then you can see right here where they put that goddamn right there. You know what I'm saying? Now, what the hell did the lawyers say, and what did the prosecution say, and how everybody wants to act like he was coming home all along, and to be fair, he wasn't going to get a bond. But if you listen to how the lawyers spin it to win it, you would have thought to yourself, holy hell. But I want y'all to pay attention to the legs and the cuts on the legs. I done dated enough strippers, done been in enough strip clubs. Those injuries, they don't come from stripping. What the hell did they thought we was thinking? Roll it.
A high-stakes day in court for rapper Cartel Bo, facing serious accusations involving the mother of his children.
He's accused of holding her captive for days, and now prosecutors want him held without bond. KPRC 2 News reporter Bryce Newberry is live at the Harris County Criminal Courthouse with the reversal revealed in court today. Bryce.
Yeah, Keith and Corley, this woman initially claimed to have been locked in a closet for days, but now she has provided statements to rapper Cartel Bo's defense team, taking it all back, which prosecutors say she may have done under pressure just before today's hearing. This disturbing photo showed in court Monday captured bruises covering the legs of the woman allegedly held captive by rapper Cartel Bo, also known as Warren Brown. Both sides offered very different explanations for the bruises. Prosecutors say they came from beatings, but the defense says they were caused by rough sex and her work as a dancer.
The allegations are very salacious, but allegations are just that.
Brown is accused of kidnapping the mother of his children, holding her in a closet of this home on Darby Retreat Lane for several days in July, before Precinct 4 investigators say she escaped the home in only her underwear and handcuffs. She flagged down a neighbor and allegedly claimed to have been sexually assaulted, according to a search warrant. Inside, investigators found a urine-soaked mattress and rotten food. Brown's defense team now says the victim has recanted, claiming to have been forced by law enforcement to make a statement. while under the influence.
We presented some new evidence that I think is very exculpatory for Mr. Brown.
Prosecutors claim days before the hearing, Brown allegedly used a different inmate's credentials to make jail calls to the victim, urging her to sign an affidavit of non-prosecution and record a video statement. Chow Win is a trauma therapist. How common is it for a victim in a case involving possible domestic violence to recant?
It's actually a lot more common than you think, and it's actually quite alarming.
Prosecutors allege she's financially dependent and the two have a pattern of domestic violence.
It's interesting. We always look at two barriers to leaving an emotionally domestic violence situation, and those barriers oftentimes involve kids and money.
The victim's safety is at risk, prosecutors say, but the defense argued the evidence is lacking and chalked it up to the price for being a celebrity.
We have to let these things play out. I ask everybody to not rush to judgment.
So the defense, of course, wants a bond set in this case, pointing right at the victim, now saying the allegations didn't happen. But prosecutors urged Judge Kelly Johnson to deny bond. They say that if Brown is released, the only question then becomes what happens to this victim next. We'll let you know what the judge decides. For now, we're live downtown. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
But I believe that if these things are true, because we ultimately do not know, we should have seen it all along. There's this thing called pattern of behavior. And I'm going to get on the baby mama's case too, because there comes a certain point where you had to defend yourself to save yourself from everybody else and to help those that actually love you. But I want y'all to hear what she says before all of this shit happened and how it essentially kind of built up. When you pull away and push away, one of the last things people will do is something drastic. Check it out.
I'm like, why the fuck isn't he answering? Why is the baby screaming like that? I run downstairs to see if the truck is there, and the truck is not there. This went through the side door and ran down some staircases and burnt off with our 1-year-old son. And left his 4-month-old son, my 4-month-old son too, alone in the room by himself, just to run off with our 1-year-old? He's doing this shit to hurt me, to control me. Mad because I don't want what he wants anymore. I don't want to live in misery. And if anybody's ever been in this situation like me, man or woman, because it can happen to both of us, then y'all know what the going on. And anyone with common sense that doesn't even have to have children can see what the is going on. You're not getting your way, and you know the way to hurt me is through my kids. So you go so low to leave our 4-month-old unattended by himself that I couldn't even get in the room because hotel policy, y'all know what that is. When your name is in a room, it's in Warren Brown's name, the room. So it's hotel policy that they cannot let me into a room or up to a room that's not mine, because I don't have any consent to get into it. I was screaming that I'm pregnant, get the fuck off me. And Fred on them, all was in his studio. They came outside and they just stood there and also listened to him to snatch my baby back so that he can burn off with him again. And when I say, if you wanted to be a good dad, for real, you would get all your kids. If it meant so much to you, if I'm this bad person and I'm a prostitute, you slander my name, you throwing dirt on my name, assassinating my character, and I'm about done with it. You keep thinking, that somebody's scared to sue you. Baby, you have no idea. And Say Cheese and all these other blogs, they don't even have the correct story. Tell him to come get this son too, since he want to be a good daddy. Why he leave this one in the room by himself, screaming and crying? Why didn't he take this son with him too? Why he be lying and denying his son? Because he's mad. Oh, okay. This not his son like the last one wasn't? All right. All right, bet. All right. All right.
I spare no one. I'm actually cool with Cartel Bo. We straight. We good. That's my guy. But if he did this shit, adios, bruh. You can't do these things. Now, the piss stain, mattress and all that, I'm going to think that they was hunching, and she's a squirter. That's just my assumption. I do not know. I've never met this woman. I've obviously never slept with this woman or anything. But that's what I would believe. Could this have been some sicko fantasy that they both was on and all this shit and everything? Could be. if this was OnlyFans content, then it would be simple to go in your archives and see this shit and see that y'all both were literally making money off of this, or he was making money or she was making money, that some type of profit was made. Where we do not have the examples, where we do not have the permissions and accesses granted and presented evidence, that's where the curiosity comes from. And when curiosity sits for a ton of us, it also means that it's not true, which infers a lot more guilt. AKA, if you can't show it and we don't know it, you're lying. Now, to the point of the baby mama and why I had to kind of look at her side eye. From how they stated it, you ain't got no money. From how they stated it, this is what it is, and why it happened that way is because Cartel Bo is supporting you financially. That's what the courts laid out. How true that is, I don't know. Once again, I don't know her. So if you're dependent on this person and you're all of these things, then it's best you be subservient to his type of lifestyle. Because y'all have no problem when it profits you. Y'all have no problem when it takes care of you. Y'all have no problem when everything is going your way. If you are a woman dealing with a well-known rapper who, by all accounts from his business acumen, seems like he's making a pretty penny, it is beyond rare that he's not going to cheat. It is beyond rare that women will see you, not see you as competition, and see him as the prize. I don't understand how a lot of you ladies decide to get it in your head that you're going to be with this dude who has money, who has influence, who has popularity, and you think that he's only going to deal with you. What you should be doing is making sure that he's taking care of you and yours. Because eventually, everybody grows out of the bullshit. Everybody grows out of the party phase, the hoe phase. Women typically, since we praise y'all of objects of ostentatiousness, of fancy shit, of, hey, you're the trophy, you're the prize and all that. When we get a nice car, we give it a woman's name. I ain't never seen nobody riding in a Lamborghini and call the damn Lamborghini George. Or say, man, he just pulled up in that Bentley, AKA that Cedric. What the fuck? No. They go, oh, man, he just pulled up in that Savannah. Yeah. Buddy got that Roxanne right there. We call the things that we have strong affection woman names because it's a devotion. Hell, all my guns got names. Meet Sweet Sydney. Bang! You know what I'm saying? But neither here nor there. She's going to ultimately regret meeting him, regret some of the decisions, how she didn't stand firm in all this. But at the end of the day, nobody's excusing Cartel Bo either. If Cartel Bo did this shit, bro, you got to be one of the dumbest people on earth. If you can't control her, let her go. If she don't want to be around you, let her leave. It's clear that they both still love each other. It's clear that they both still like each other. It's clear that they both still want to deal with each other. Them is the facts. I don't care what she said about him in the past. She just said some crazy allegations. Talking about, oh, he said some horrible, hellacious things about me. So did you. You done said some messed up shit about him in your past interviews. Just not going to pull him up because I don't want to get demonetized. But did he say some messed up shit? Hell yeah. But y'all both did this shit. And what it seems like is, yeah, you started thinking to yourself how you wanted to do this and how you wanted to do that. And maybe you actually did wake up. But in the words of Maud Flanders, think of the children.
Oh, won't somebody please think of the children?
Think of how it is that you're going to have to do all this shit and then explain to your kids that their daddy is going to be sitting for a minute. If these charges are not dropped, Cartel Bo going to be looking at sitting down for about 10 to 25 years. If they overplay him in Texas from all that shit he been talking to the police and all that, boy, he going to get life. I don't know what he did or didn't do. We weren't in that room. But from what it looked like, it damn sure looked like he guilty. Is he? Possibly not. Is that some weird ass shit that they own? Evidence to show everything. But shawty, if you're not gonna get down with his program, y'all gonna have to figure this one out. If he's the better provider and all this shit, even though you told a whole different story than the one that he presents to us, he should have a schedule with you. And if you gotta get them courts involved just to schedule this shit out, then so be it. But both of y'all, if you're not gonna go to hell together, split and go create your own heaven. I know y'all like, he just said y'all not gonna go to hell. No, yeah, because a lot of these relationships that these people are used to, they're rocky as hell. When you keep on hearing, yeah, and then you hear that, no, that's when you start feeling anger and confusion. Like, you don't want to do this no more? What's changed? It is what it is, man. I'm not going to say free him. I'm going to say let the evidence come out and we'll see what happens. That's my guy, but I don't stand on this shit at all. I always tell y'all, I always jail on people who do harm to kids, who do harm to women, who do harm to old folks, and who do harm to people who can't defend themselves. I'm used to the wolves fighting the wolves, the lions fighting the lions. Not no punk ass shit that ain't nothing about that, anything but lame. Not sorry. But subscribe, turn on bells to notified, and share to keep your people aware. If you like what we do around here, consider hitting that like button like you like something. If you really want to get into it, click right here to see how Lil Durk might be fucked. I'll be honest, this fourth superseding indictment, this is the scariest one yet because it places them in places that we didn't know before. Click right here for that one or click right here for the playlist to get caught up on everything, and I will catch you on the next one. Y'all come on back now, you hear?